All right, so I've got to have them wash this all off. And then there's another bike. It's actually an upgraded version of my Franken bike, my hardtail, and it's only like $600, marked down from like $1,200. So I'm gonna go buy a second bike. I don't even have the other bike cover, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to go buy one of those or order one on Amazon for Monday. So, okay, cool. All right. That's the downside to traveling with an extra bike rack. You're like, oh, I got to fill it up. So, okay, let me go in. They're super nice in there. They always do me a solid letting me leave my bike when I go to the airport. So, only because I can't get the door open. So anyway, let me go in and just drop this off. I'm only kind of pretending like I need service on it because I need to leave the bike. So I wasn't intending to buy a second bike, but they're going to keep both for Monday. So, yay me. Okay. All right, so the issue is these here are worn away and it's not catching on the chain, and because of that it's broken. Okay, the one downside to traveling, like during van life, like flying somewhere, when you're not flying Spirit to go home, is that I have to pack a suitcase for the weekend. It's like wrestling an anaconda. I'm like, how am I supposed to get this closed? I've got to like lay on it like I just, apprehended a bank robber. It's like, get down. Anyway, it's mostly my my ski outfit. Oh, no, can't tell you. All right, whatever, what the hell. My ski outfit is, I'm going skiing, and I haven't been skiing in a couple years. So my ski outfit is taking up half the room, and then obviously I've got regular clothes. But yeah, I'm just going away for a couple days to California, which will be fun. Super fun. Looking forward to it. And little reunion. It's like the last year and a half, 2 years has been a lot of reunions, like post-COVID. So I think we're all like in touch with our mortality. That we're like, we've got to go hang out with each other. We haven't seen each other in 20 years. So yeah, I'm just going to go out for some R&R and also check out their accessibility as well out in the place that I'm going. So see what they do. I know they do skiing with the blind. They have instructors that will ski with blind skiers, and the blind skiers will wear a bib that says blind skier. That's pretty cool. I know they've got sit skis and like mono skis for people that are paralyzed or that don't have use of their legs. So there's a bunch of different adaptive equipment. I don't know if this particular place that we'll be going is accommodates that. I know like in Utah, the All Ability Center in Salt Lake City, which I would love to go to in the future, check that out as well. They have tons of that kind of equipment. So anyway, so let me try to get this closed, and then I've got a Zoom call in a few minutes with Harriet, and then I'm gonna get up early, go shower at Planet Fitness, and get over to the airport early because I've got another Zoom at noon, but my flight leaves at 2:40, so I want to be in the airport for my call and then just kind of chill out. So yeah, Albuquerque Airport is super nice, super chill and very quiet. So I'll be able to find a quiet space if I can get my suitcase closed. I'm not used to this, but yeah, this suitcase, it's on its last leg pretty much. The handle, the extendable handle that you hold when you're pulling it through the airport is actually broken. It's only functioning on like one side. The other side doesn't actually come up, like the two poles. I would show you, but it would require me undoing what I've just tried to do right here. So I think when I'm done, I'm going to go give it to a homeless person, because the suitcase is fine. It's just that if you want to hold the, if you want to drag it down the street, you're going to have to just kind of like only hold one side of the extendable part. So I haven't used this in years, and I went to go take it out of my closet and it broke. So I was like, well, shit. So either I'll throw it away if no one wants it, or I'll give it to somebody that could use it. I'll just give it to the Goodwill tomorrow. So, or actually Monday when I get back to Albuquerque. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, let me go figure out how to close this damn thing. And here's me, proof of life. Just woke up. So anyway, yeah. So today I am leaving about 2:40 p.m. but I need to get to the airport about 11 because I have my telehealth grief counseling on Zoom, or on the telehealth for the VA. I have that at 12 noon the time here. So that's, so let me fix this. Oh, I'm so red. 12 noon New Mexico time, which is 1 p.m. Houston time. So I need to do that. And then after that, then I'll just chill at the airport and then get on the plane. Albuquerque is a really simple, easy airport, and it's cute. It looks all like Adobe with cute floor tiles, and I've showed it before, but it's a really easy airport, and it's, you know, very quick in and out. For TSA, it's super quick. For TSA pre-check, which I highly recommend. It's $75, and you just go to like a Home Depot, not Home Depot, an Office Depot, and they take your fingerprints and all of that stuff, and then you pay $75, and it's good, I think, for a couple years. I don't think I have to renew it. I think it's for 3 years possibly, because I got it 2023, so I have to check. But you get a KTN, which is a known traveler number, and then when you book a ticket on any airline, you just put in your KTN, and then it'll come up on your boarding pass. So not only that, but I also get priority boarding because of my spine. I can't stand in an aisle with my backpack for more than a couple minutes, and being pushed and shoved and everything, that also triggers my trauma. So thankfully those are protected disabilities, and so I do take advantage of the priority boarding. Also, when I do that, I tend to also help other people that are priority boarding, because the flight attendants don't even help at all. So I find that I'm usually helping to dismantle someone's wheelchair, or helping somebody to their seat, or I can't lift bags because of my shoulder, so I can't help put anything up in the overhead bin, but I do, let me get over here, but I do help and assist, you know, those that need a little bit extra help. So, you know, do my civic duty. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then yeah, get to Burbank about 6 p.m. So it's going to be good, just to go out there. Got some other things to do that, you know, not part of the channel. So some personal stuff as well. So it's kind of a R&R, and also really very important visit that I need to do. So that said, I'm heading to Planet Fitness, and yeah, it's funny, it's like, oh, my Facebook marriage is going well, you know, or my Instagram life is perfect. You know, we don't have to put everything online. I think it's a double-edged sword. On the one hand, there are channels, like juggernaut channels, that are having, you know, pissing off subscribers right now, because they basically splattered the whole world with their life, and then all of a sudden left everyone on a cliffhanger. If you know, you know. But the channel, the couple, left their entire subscriber base of like 1.8 million on 1.3 million on a cliffhanger, and it's just blown up Reddit. It's just like, people are like, what the hell is happening? You don't, you know, get people to invest hundreds of hours of their time to watch your channel to fund your lifestyle, and then you just like shit on your audience. And so, especially when the channel has gone through some pretty life-changing events that could actually be helpful to inspire or help those going through the same thing. And I think it's all around, like, if you put every ounce of your life on the internet, and then suddenly you're like, we're private people. I'm like, you're actually not a private person when you're a public person. And I have a degree in journalism with media law, and there's certain parameters that, like, you know, if you're, you know, the president of the US, right? Like, you give up a certain aspect of your privacy because you are one of the most public figures, if not on the planet. Any president, any leader of any country. If you are a celebrity, celebrities are different, because you do have the paparazzi, and there are laws against things like stalking for everybody. I mean, obviously, but I worked in Hollywood for a while, and so there is a sense of privacy for actors and actresses and producers, directors, in that they are public in their job, but they, you know, they have a right not to be scrutinized for their public life. That's different if you were a politician, where you have a higher standard of responsibility, and that, yes, your private life can affect your ability to run a country. And so in your conduct and your treatment of others and things like that. Now in you know, the celebrity world, you have things like the cancel culture, where, you know, yeah, if you are, you know, a radio DJ, and you say something that you cannot say ever because it's a hate crime, and you're like, oh, I can't believe I got canceled. Well, yeah, you got canceled. You abused your privilege of having a voice on a public platform. And so, you know, there's a couple YouTubers that also got canceled for things like that, like just doing dumbass moves. Like, you can't really do, you still have to have moral responsibility. But in terms of this particular, you know, this particular influencer couple, it would have been courteous and responsible for them to have not just left everyone on a cliffhanger regarding health and their baby and stuff like that. So But then, you know, for me, it doesn't really affect my life, but I know that like there's a lot of people that have parasocial relationships with YouTubers. Like they think that these YouTubers are their best friends, even though they've never met, and all they do is watch them on television. And it is quite interesting that there is that kind of world that we have, this parasocial world. I'm 100 yards away from the person behind me and they're beeping. They have a parasocial relationship with my van. For some reason they think that we're... I don't know you, dude. Anyway, why is he beeping? Too early in the morning to be beeping, sir. I have a 65-foot stopping distance and I drive a brick. So, anyway, at least it's not Houston. Yeah, there's only... Albuquerque's just kind of like, everyone's real chill here. For a variety of reasons, you know, there's the green stuff, makes people super mellow. I don't do any of that stuff, I've never done a drug in my life. But it is a little bit more chill. There's more sunlight, so people tend to be a little happier, I think, here. I don't know. Anyway, but I digress. So I don't have to put my entire private life online. I just put the stuff that I think people are interested in. So, but even that said, you know, it's it is a weird dynamic now in our world with social media and things like that. It's like, I don't know, I think it's, studies have shown, I think, that it's increased things like depression. Like, well, my life looks, you know, I know people that say like, oh, I wish I was born like 30 years before because life looks so fun now. I'm like, life was fun back then. I was doing what I'm doing now 24 years ago. It's just I didn't have internet to put it all over. You know, I was doing travel writing. I went to 40 countries in 4 years. Like I was doing all the stuff that I'm doing now, and it's just that I didn't have to like tell anyone about it. I was doing writing for other magazines and books, travel books and magazines. So yeah, nothing in my world has changed. It's just that I'm just able to publish it for myself instead of for other people. So yeah, so people, I think they seem to think that like everyone else's marriage is better, everybody else's house is better, their lives are better, and it's like you realize not everyone puts everything online. So I do have private conversations with friends who tell me things that they're going on in their life, but it's like, well, I had no idea, obviously, because their Facebook world versus their real world. You know, just I guess my PSA for this morning is, you know, check on your friends. Even if everything looks fine and fluffy on social media, check in on them. You know, don't just be like a parasocial friend. Don't just be like, think that, oh, we're all good because we like each other's pictures on Facebook. Actually check in, because you know, we're coming out of hard times. We're coming out of a pandemic. We're coming out of, you know, I think 2023 was generally a good year for me. 2024 is probably a little bit more challenging, but also a little bit more exciting. A lot more things on the horizon, which I will tell you about later. And then, yeah, I mean, and then there's some, you know, but it's also 2024 has been a struggle for a lot of my friends already, and it's not started out well. So check in on them. Don't just assume what you see is what is real. What you see on my channel, it's fine. It's completely real. I don't, you know, fabricate anything. I just don't show you 1000% of my life, and don't think you're interested in me sitting at home in my apartment. I don't think you're interested in, you know, some of the other stuff. And then also I do have, you know, the privacy, because, you know, I'm not a juggernaut influencer. I'm a micro influencer. Oops, I'll back up. Okay, I just gave the suitcase away to a bunch of homeless people and they want me to buy them coffee. So I'm gonna go get them some coffee right now. Let's see what they want. Doing my civic duty, you know. It's a cold day. Let me get coffees. All right, we're on the road. I'm going on the 25 South and heading to the airport. So, yeah, so Samantha, one of the homeless tweakers, so they're very sweet. I mean, whatever, they're in their circumstances. But yeah, so the four of them, I gave the suitcase to one of the guys. I said, look, the handle's a little broken, but you can still roll it. It's still useful. You just have to fill it up so it's a little bit heavier. But then they asked if they could have some coffee. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll buy you coffee. You get blue sky? There we go. I'll buy you coffee. And and we're in the 7-Eleven. I was like, oh, the pizza's actually really good here. Would you like some pizza? So I got them a couple slices of pizza each and some snacks and Gatorade and all that good stuff. So yeah, I mean, I've been in the situation where my daughter and I lost our whole home in a hurricane and a flood in 2016, and you know, I've been in situations where we had to, you know, rely on the kindness of others. So just pay it forward. I mean, what, it's $20 out of my pocket. It's not, you know, you'd be surprised that could totally, you know, change someone's day. I mean, granted, they all looked like they were on something. So it's, you know, it's the circumstances. I mean, the minute you get lost out of the system, you know, it's like, especially things like foster care, you age out, and then you get, you know, if you start out life, you know, with one foot in a pile of shit, then, you know, it's really hard to get out of there if there's no resources. And Albuquerque's really massive, so even if there's like, you know, shelters and things on one side of town, if you don't have transportation and there's no public bus, like, you just kind of have to hang out on the street corner you're on. So I do what I can. I always feed the people that wash my car. So like the car wash place, I'll always bring them pizza about once a month, get them some really good pizzas. You know, just, you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, anything to offset the cost of life and anything to offset, you know, wherever they're at, where they're at. So, but anyway, that said, I did forget to throw my trash out, so now I gotta find another gas station. But anyway, yeah, just getting out of Albuquerque. It is beautiful, it's blue sky and sunny, and the balloons were out this morning. They can't be out later in the day because the wind picks up, so they can either be out late in the evening or super early in the morning. But I need to get a hold of the guy that has the plexiglass basket. So when I was in Angel Fire back in October, I sat on the ski lift with a guy who was for 24 years was a Marine pilot. So he went to war, everything, like a fighter pilot. And then when he retired, he became a hot air balloon operator in his retirement. And he's like not that old, like early 50s, right? And so I said, well, that's an interesting transition. You go from like, you know, shooting down the enemy to like going up in a hot air balloon. I think maybe the hot air balloon's more dangerous, to be honest. But he told me that there's a guy in Albuquerque that has a plexiglass basket so that people in wheelchairs can experience the hot air balloon the same as an able-bodied person. And I thought that was fantastic, because all they have are little pie holes, you know, in the basket, like, you know, just for airflow. And if you're a little kid, you can like peek your head out. But if you're in a wheelchair, like, you're pretty much screwed. I mean, you can't keep turning the wheelchair around inside the hot air balloon. You just pretty much get one view. So you don't have the mobility that an able-bodied non-wheelchair person would have. So I want to check it out. And part of when I get into doing my projects with High Bike Alike, once we get established as the nonprofit, I can start, you know, getting fundraising to be able to sponsor activities like that for people that, you know, otherwise wouldn't be able to participate in that activity. So by the time the Balloon Fiesta comes around, I'm hoping, my goal is not only do I want to volunteer at the Balloon Festival, drive a little golf cart, you know, help people get around, but I also want to establish you know, sponsored activity so that you know, disabled veterans and people in wheelchairs can also come to the Balloon Fiesta. They can be transported in the little golf cart that is also mobility accessible for wheelchairs, and then they can also enjoy a ride in the hot air balloon, because it is exhilarating. It's like, it's such adrenaline. The whole festival, I was there for the whole week. It was so great last year, and but I didn't really get to participate as much as I wanted to, because I kind of just stumbled upon it. So this coming year in October, I really want to get more involved with it, because I spoke to a bunch of the organizers and the PR people, and they said, yeah, like, we value veterans. We want to have more participation for you know, in the adaptive community, but we just don't have anyone that is in the adaptive community. Like, we just don't know how to get the people here or let them know that they're welcome and that we can accommodate, and we'd love to have them, you know, participate and go up in a hot air balloon. So I'm going to find out who the guy is. Forgot his name because I didn't have a pen when I was on the ski lift. But I think that would be fantastic. And I think when I come back through Albuquerque in April and I pick up my other mountain bike, I think I'm going to spend a day just doing a whole balloon fiesta thing and talking to, going to the museum. I've never been to the museum. I want to go to the museum. I want to talk to the PR people now that the festival's over and it's not so chaotic. And then get in touch with that balloon guy and just, you know, do a video on showing you guys how he made this plexiglass, you know, contraption. But I think it's great. I mean, it's kind of of one of those like bucket list things. Like, and it's really, what's really great is when you can add things to a bucket list that you didn't think that you could even do. I mean, that's the thing, is like, you know, people's bucket lists, like I want to go stand on the Taj Mahal, I want to go to the Great Wall of China, I want to go skydiving, all this stuff. But it's like, a lot of people just don't put things on their bucket list because they don't think it's attainable. Whether it's cost, location, they don't have any time off work, their boss is a jerk, you know, or they're disabled or have mobility needs, additional mobility assistant needs, or they have trauma and they just don't think that they're going to be able to get through something that they really, really want to do. They just don't know if it's accessible. And that's why I want to make the whole world open for everybody, because I've done stuff in the last couple of years I never thought I would ever do. And even in my lifetime, I've been very fortunate because I, you know, have been able to find the right people as a journalist, as a travel writer, and in my jobs in digital media, working things like the movie industry and stuff like that. So I've been very fortunate, but a lot of people just don't have the access to the information to begin with. So that's a lot what I want to do, is just start putting on my website, when I start building it, a repository of all these places that you can go that have an adaptive version of the activity. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be the rest of my life working on this company, on this nonprofit, and this project. But that, yeah, I mean, that's what I want to do. That's all I'm doing. All I've been doing for 3 years is finding all these places, finding all this stuff that people can really get involved in. But I just don't have a way to connect all the dots, and so the nonprofit is the first step. Then I can get funding, then I can get corporations on board and other organizations and partner with them, and just really create this entire network so that the person in Albuquerque in a wheelchair that has to sit in their backyard and watch the balloon fiesta every year can actually go up in a balloon. And I think that would be fantastic. I don't think I'll ever go up in a balloon. I'm terrified. So I'll tell you right now, there is like the no, hell no list. And there's a few things on there that I will never, ever do. I don't care how much you pay me. It will never happen. But I appreciate those that actually are brave enough to do that stuff. 20 meter high dive, no. Bungee jumping, no. Jumping out of a plane, no. Going up in a hot air balloon, no. So, although, you know, it's all related to falling off training course and breaking my pelvis and my back and my neck. And so I think it's all related, that eventually for me to overcome my PTSD of that, right now I'm just doing rock climbing, but eventually I will get into terrifying activities knowing that they're perfectly safe. You know, they're not going to, I mean, obviously they could, you know, you could die at any time, but generally, I mean, you're not going to get injured. The instructors are well trained, but still, I just, in my own, I don't want to become I don't want it to become a panic situation, because I didn't know I was going to panic. And that's what happened when I first went rock climbing in 2020 in Oklahoma. I thought, oh, I'll try rock climbing, indoor rock climbing. No, I froze at the very top, and they had to send a guy up to get me down, because I had no idea that I had trauma until I actually tried the activity. And that's when I got thinking, like, well, crap, there's so many people that don't know that they have the PTSD. It's so like suppressed inside, because they just got on with life. But when it finally gets triggered, they're like, well, crap, how do I handle this? So anyway, that said, I need to go to the airport. I've talked long enough, and I will see you when I see you. So yay, going on 2 airplanes today. First flights of the year. And it's already March and I haven't been on a plane yet. So, you know, I got to get with the program. Okay, bye. Hi, hello. Uncovered, please. Okay, it'll take me a few minutes to lock up the car and stuff, so you don't need to send it. Probably about 15, because I've got to lock it all up inside. Thank you.
Keep that one in the cup holder, okay?
And cup holder, yeah, because it fades on the dashboard.
Anywhere on Q.
Q? Okay, thank you. All right. Q for Queen. Usually I'm down on S, but yeah. So this is the airport parking. It went up to $4.50 a day. It was $3.95. Now it's $4.50. But it's fine. I'm only going today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 5 days. So that's $20. I mean, yeah, it's like $25 for 5 days of parking. Albuquerque, I love you. They also have RV parking here, but I'm gonna get hit by this guy. Ooh, thank you, sir. No, they're really good over here, and they do have, if you look over here, they do have RV parking. So you can do like, I think it's $150 a month, and then there's another, that's actually nice, another converted van right there. So I need to lock everything up, so I am down on Q. So I'm gonna go a bit further down and park next to, I think I'm gonna park next to this guy. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, drum roll. So I've got the bike cable, locked the door. It goes all the way across here through the steering wheel and locked over there. And then I'm going to get out the back door. So when I come back in, I'll go in the back door and it should all be good. So this is just because the alarm doesn't work and the door on the side door sensor is broken and hanging and stuck. Nope, not doing that. We're doing the other one. Not that one. All right, so I'm through. They gave me 600 tickets. I get priority boarding because there's no way I can stand in a long line with my backpack on. So yay for busted spines. Anyway, so they don't have anyone playing music today. So I'm gonna chill out here for the next like couple hours and do my grief counseling and then go up about 1. Oh, they do, they've got a violin player. That's really cool. So yeah, they always have someone playing, but yeah, it's like a really cute little airport. And TSA only takes a minute. And I'm going to departures, it's not even on here yet. Yeah, it's not on here yet, but I'm going to Burbank, California. So I'm gonna go sit over here, chill out for a few hours. Maybe in the back, away from the music so I can do my telehealth. That's pretty cool. I know, and they make fun of all those band members and drama kids. I'm like, yeah, but we're the ones on TikTok and standing in airports playing, so there you go. Okay, I think this is a quiet corner over here. Lots of chairs. So yeah, this is gonna be my section over here. It's still a little loud, but I'm gonna chill here. And I have no idea where the bathroom is, but I'm right near the access control office. Okay, so yeah, so I'll be here for a couple hours. It's so funny when they have, oh, that's cute. Okay. All right, that's gonna make me cry now. My adopted child, free at last. They usually have a sign that says something like good job getting out of prison. So that's funny. So this is really cool. They've got all these model airplanes and seeing the ones that aren't in existence anymore. And if you go to the Nuclear Science Museum here in Albuquerque, it's really good. It's not just nuclear science, like, you know, all the bad things humans did, like drop bombs and all that stuff, which is atrocious. But they do have a lot of really, really cool old like warplanes and things outside that you can walk around, and a couple rockets. But yeah, all the fighter jets and all this stuff. I love airplanes. Like, I will go to every airplane museum I can. And you can see I went to the one at Robbins Air Force Base, which I think was one of the best I've been to. I think Pensacola, though, the one that's on the Naval Weapons Station, that one is unbelievable. Like, I was just blown away at all of the planes that they had there. But the fastest plane in the world is at the Robbins Air Force Base Museum. It's outside the base, so you have to, so it's free, and anyone can go there. You don't have to be signed on to the base. But I think Pensacola last year I had to get, or in 2022, had to get my pass because I have base privileges being a disabled veteran. So they did have to check me in, but I don't think you have to be checked in now. I don't know. I have to double check, but this is cool. There's the plane I'm gonna fly on. So I'm in the private jet lounge, so it's the only quiet place where I can do my therapy. And the guy over there goes, there's a charge for being over here. I'm like, I'm so poor. So I'm gonna sit over here on my computer in this corner and do my therapy. Alright, so I have the front seat with all the leg room and a window. I didn't get a window last year because I was always in the aisle seat, and no television, but the beverages are complimentary except for the alcoholic beverages, so that's fine. I don't have to pay for anything. And I'm at the front of the plane, so this is good. So hopefully I'll get the next seat like this on the Vegas flight, but I'll take it. I was going to do the aisle, but I have plenty of room to get out if I have to.
Please ensure the cellular function of your smartphone or electronic devices is turned off in an airplane mode. Passenger compliance with the light and passenger information sign. Before the plastic bag may not inflate.
I'm back in Vegas. It's like I came through here like I think 30 times last year. It's cold though, which is nice. That plane was very warm sitting by the window. So I think next time I will not sit on the left-hand side. I'll sit on the right-hand side. Okay, let me go to my gate, wherever that is. Yeah, if you want to gamble, you can gamble at the airport. It's all good. All right, good to be back. Oh, the air conditioning feels great.
You're checked in, you got a QR code, your first and last name should be above it. If your boarding pass is a piece of paper, highly recommend to double check it. It should say flight 5523 for Burbank. Again folks, in the meantime, y'all got any questions? I'll be right over here. My name's Kola, be glad to help you out.
All right, I am first on the plane. Yay, Southwest. This is fun. Actually, the flights are only like an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm gonna go down the gangway and go pick my seat. I'm not sitting on the sunny side this time. I'm gonna sit on the north side of the plane, the right side, in the front row by the window. Yay! All right. Beware, if you do bring any alcoholic beverages on board, it should not consume the rest of the aircraft. All right, we're in Burbank, going down the ramp. I have some stories about being dropped off on a runway when I was in like India, and they just were like, yeah, just walk like half a mile to the airport from here. Okay, got service dogs. That was good. That was easy 2.5 hours of flying that took me 6 hours. So, all right, let's go through. Well, hello, Burbank. This is funny. This is the first thing I see when I get to Burbank. I used to work next door to Amoeba Music. That is too funny. They moved it though. It used to be on Sunset Boulevard. That is too funny. Okay, let me get out of here. The Burbank airport just has 2 carousels. It's like so dingy, but it's so popular. This is where the Vegas flight, like the myth that like Thursday nights the stripper plane takes off to go to Vegas so the strippers can go work for the weekend. It was like the Thursday morning flight. But I was not on that flight. I was on a regular flight from Vegas here. Feels really nice. No humidity. It's like about probably 70 something degrees. So yeah, so going to cold places, I had to pack a crap ton of cold weather gear, all my skiing outfit, my winter coat, my winter boots. So I've got some big ass duffel bag coming out there. This is great. Cool, my bag's second. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Yay, that never happens. All right. Okay, there's all my skiing gear. All right, let's go.